Greetings to everyone. So today let us try to see to answer this question which was sent by someone. Uh, this is the kind of the data we have, and these are some of the questions uh, we must follow, or they must guide us to in order to answer this table, to fill this table. So the first part of this sample question: find the total number and average in all subject for each student. We come here to our data and see which kind of data we have. This is the data. We can see Hindi, this is the scoring, this is the English, this is the scoring, math, this name of student. So these are scores, and now this one telling you numbers from number 1 up to number 10. So there are 10 students. So we must use this kind of data in order to answer the following questions. The first part, they said find the total number and average in all subjects for each subject. So we come here and they say equal sign. We use sum. We're gonna add from Hindi to chemistry. So we can use sum function, or we can just select here and we go to home tab and we use some auto sum function. So after there it will bring the same answer. So we auto fill, get the list of the answer. Here average, we can do the same thing. We can write it, or we can come here to auto sum and we get the average, and we can deselect this total. Since we only want to find the average for only subject, we don't want to find the average for total. So we deselect this part, column for total. Then we remain with that from Hindi to chemistry, that is from C to G. Then press enter. So we autofill, get the rest of the part. So grade they said they said to find the grade you use a full function. They said find the grade using a function given that average greater than 15 is awarded A, otherwise B. So they said if you want to get grade, you must use what you call average. So they said we use even a function, that is a logical part. So if we want to get the average, or if we want to get grade, we shall use a function as they said. We shall say equal sign if function, we select it, and when you select a function you get the following. You have logical test, value if true, value if false. A logical test is like a question. You're gonna pause, and the equation must have what you call comparison operators. The comparison operators are like less than, greater than, equal, and extra. So in this question we expect to have that one to build the question. If that question you have asked is true, of course when you ask a question you expect yes or no. So for the part which is the value if true, that is yes. For the part which is false, that is no. So you would like Excel to give you what you want if the value is true. So you first build the question. This is the logical part, and if the value is true, that is what we want. If just in case what you have built here is true, if false, then you give or you tell the Excel what you want to see if the something you have built of the question you have asked it is not true. So for our question, since they said we use average, so we're gonna come here, the first part, the first number for average, and we say this one, if it's greater than, if that value inside that cell is greater than, this is the question we are trying to ask, that is the test. If greater than 15, obviously comma. So we go to another part. If it is true, so if it is true, it means if what we have just asked the Excel, if that statement is true, what do you want to see? We will say we would like to see A, but there is a possibility whereby this question of asked is not correct. I mean, if the value that value you have selected in that cell is not greater than 15, that is being false. So if that one is false, you say comma, Excel, please give me what we call B. So we wrap it in quotation because we are dealing with text. So we will say, please Excel give us B, and we close our bracket, then we press enter. So you can see this one is greater than 15 because it is 15.4. This one greater than, this one greater than, and we autofill and we see whether our thing is correct. So we can see where there is less than 15, we can see B, and where there is greater than 15, we can see A. That is how we can handle that part. Another part, they said find the total number of marks for the both Ashok and the mod. These are names for students. So we go to column where there is no names. So we can say this is Ashok and the Monaj. So we can find their total number. They said we find their total number. So select adding this one total. We have there a total for show and a total for this guy. So we want to get this one plus this one, but we would like to sum up with a function which can bring that one in real life. We know this is, we can just do this one plus this one, but we would like to see, or would like to use a function by even if they change this Ashok and they bring another name, that function can adjust and give you the answer. So here I can say how can I answer that one? So I'll use maybe this cell and they say equal sign in order to get to get marks for two items in the same column in Excel. We normally find it easy when we are using 365, but there are some functions which can solve that one. Like we want to add this one plus this one in this column, so we are only interested to add this one plus this one. We don't need to add this one to the entire thing. So here we are not gonna use sum function directly, because if we use sum function, obviously it will add whatever we select. But here we are just specific with only this plus this, because they said they want to see the total marks for Ashok and Manoj. So we only interested with something. If you are interested with something and you want to sum up, you use what you call sum if, because you are specific to something that is logic and you want to sum. So you to that combination sum if, it will give you two things: specific item and adding them. So we shall say sum if equals sum if, and here this is the sum if we have. We select it. Sum if, it will give you a range. This is the range, this is the range, the name we want to add, and comma criteria. This is what we want. We are only want to add this, and we want to add total marks for these people, these two persons. So only this one we are interested to add these two guys, the total for these two guys. So we only need these two guys. That is our criteria. So another part, sum range. So what do you want to sum? You want to sum from which? A range is like the entire, but out of this range you want to sum specifically for these two guys. That is the criteria you just give maybe written. Here is a sum range. From this range they will just put for only two people, so we select the range. This is the range. So we close the bracket. If you are using 365, that Excel. If you press enter, it will give you the answer. But here we are not using Excel 365. Me, I'm using Excel 19. So in order for this question, for this answer to work, because if I press enter, it will give me 0. But if I want this answer to become true, I'll wrap it with a function to force it coming. I will come with and bring this sum function and this a close bracket. From there, I will press Ctrl Shift Enter and get the answer. So here it's like I've just forced the Excel to, I'll just turn my Excel into 365. This version which I'm having 19, I've just turned to 365 by pressing Ctrl Shift Enter at the same time to make to turn it or to force it. That's why in my expression I'm having this curl bracket. If you don't want this one, you can use some product function can also give you that one. But for now, just write that one, then press Ctrl Shift Enter. The same time, you get the answer. So this is how we can get some for these two guys. Just imagine if you try to add this one plus this one, I think you get this one. I think that one. So if you change this one, this is the range you've selected. If I come to this question and I change and I select this and I press enter, it will not give. But if I come and if I come and press Shift Control Enter, it will give me the answer for these three guys. So if I want to get the answer, I can just press that one. So you can see this formula is adjustable. So let me just select what they told me for these two guys. I selected this guy and this one. So I press Ctrl Shift Enter to get their total marks. So that is how we can answer that part.